Greetings and welcome to Business Chronicles. My name is Solomon Tumwesije and I'm your host here at Business Chronicles, a podcast program at Studio 84. Studio 84 is a podcast studio set up here in Bugolobi along Lithuli Avenue in Kampala, Uganda, and it's a space set up to facilitate individuals and organizations tell their stories and along the way position themselves as authorities at what they do, because we believe that everyone is an authority at something and has a story to tell. How it works is you hit us up on the contact right below there and basically share with us what your dream is. It could be, you could be having a whole podcast concept lined up and you just want production. We are your guys. If you just dream of having a podcast and you have no idea how to start, we are your guys. Basically, we are your guys when it comes to podcast production. Today, with honor and pleasure, I am hosting a lady I've not known for so long, but she's an authority at something, a lady of many stories. I'm not going to spoil it like all my guests. Kathy, I'll let you introduce yourself. Please tell us and our viewer, please tell me and our viewers how you like to be known and what you do.
Thank you very much, Solomon. I am Catherine Kisekka. I am an HR strategist and a transformational coach. I have done HR for over a decade. And while I was in employment, I realized that you cannot change people through policy and what. So I decided to go out and I offer solutions where I train the actual individuals so that they are able to create transformational change in organizations where they work.
Hold on, so much English in one statement. HR transformation coach, what? In layman terms, what do you do for me as a business owner?
As a business owner?
Yeah.
So as a business owner, I actually help you first learn yourself.
Yes.
If you understand yourself as a business leader or as a business owner, you're able to understand the processes that help you or complement you in your workplace. That is where HR comes in.
Yes.
So after teaching you as an individual, and then I help you to teach or train your people.
Yes.
That is the HR part. So the other one where I help you, that's the transformational part.
Yeah.
And then where I come and I teach your people, that's the HR part. But before I do that, I have to actually teach you to understand what the HR process is, why do you need an HR department, why do you have to hire the certain number of people, why are these positions important for you in your business? Because in organizations, actually, HRs report to business owners.
Yeah.
And most of the time, sometimes, sorry to say, but sometimes the business owners may not get a quick understanding of why HR is there.
Understandably so. Their mind is on the money.
Of course, their mind is on the money. So when they look at HR as a cost center,
it's a proper cost center.
It is true. Yeah. But when they understand that the actions that the HR department or the HR person does is actually, it indirectly contributes
to the money they are worried about.
Yeah, but if they don't get to understand that, that's where the conflict is. So that's where I come in.
So our viewers and listeners, Kathy here is one of the very few people who sits in this chair and actually studied and took time to understand the things that she does. What's your background?
So my background is, I did, in terms of education.
Yes.
Okay, I did a bachelor's in human resource management from Makerere University, from MUBS. And then I did an MBA where I still majored in human resource management, still from Makerere University. And then I also did, I was trained as a coach from Kenya. The institute is in Kenya. It's called BZG Institute. Yeah.
Wow. And then work experience?
What experience?
Did you just get from school and start your HR consultancy?
No.
Yeah.
I didn't go straight. Of course, I practiced.
Cough. We'll chop it. You look at me.
I look at you. This is better. Okay.
Yes. So, Kathy, work experience. Did you jump straight from school to starting your own consultancy, or
No,
did you?
No. When I finished school, I think I had the privilege because I started working when I was in my senior six vacation, actually. So as I was working there, it was a consultancy firm. They were dealing in agriculture. They were giving farming tools for agriculturalists, for farmers.
Yeah.
So they retained me, and then I stayed there as an administrator, which was in line with what I was studying, because HR has a bit of administration, and I was practicing it there. So they retained me. I did my bachelor's when I was working, so I would study in the evening because MOBS was flexible by the.
Yeah.
I was going to say by that time, but it is
Still flexible.
it is still flexible. Yes. So I practiced there. When I graduated, I was given the position of HR assistant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I stayed there. And from there, I went to insurance, to AAR Health Services. AAR Insurance, before it separated. So I went there, I also practiced their HR. From there, I went to an NGO that was dealing in health. I also practiced there as the HR manager. Then I became the head of HR in an international NGO. Yeah, that we were dealing with refugees. Yes. And then I went and I worked in a hospital. The last time I was employed, I was with Roswell.
Wow.
Women's Hospital.
Then you started your consultancy.
Then I started my consultancy.
Why did you decide to start your consultancy?
Why I decided to start my consultancy. Like I've told you, I started HR from the down beginning part up to management,
Yes.
up to board level. Yes. So I realized that I had done
picked your
there was nothing new I was going to add. Really.
Yeah.
There was nothing new. And like I told you, there is that thing in psychology where they say your 10,000 hour.
Yes.
So for you to become an expert at something that you do, whatever thing you do, you have to do it for 10,000 hours.
Yes.
So 10,000 hours comes for people who are very hardworking and intentional and just focus on the work between 7 years to 10.
To 10.
Yes. But those, maybe sometimes you have a gap in employment, maybe you delay to start work after graduation, it might go to 12. But when you hit your 10,000th hour, you will feel it. You will feel that you're not adding anything. You're not adding anything. Like everything is the same. By the time someone stops asking, you already have the answers.
You already have the answer. Yes.
Yes. I think there was a time I told you when I had reached a point where I would see, when the staff would come to my office, I would know how a person who is resigning is working. I would know how the one who cried with the supervisor is working. I know the one who came late, who is siding with people, who is lying.
Wow.
So I had reached a point where what am I going to do? I had actually reached a point where I would finish my work plan in March. But if people don't hear, in March I'd be done. And then
you have the rest of the year.
Yeah, and then I'd be talking to my staff. The staff, they used to be my friends. They're still my friends because I used to give them a lot of time.
I think you were right to leave.
So I felt like, what am I adding? I would feel like, you finish, you come, you did your work plan, end of month report, you provide it. And then you're like, okay, now what am I doing? Then you listen to stories of that. Then you get used to them because they are the same stuff. You don't get new ones, Then I realized, I felt something where I said, since I have done everything for all these years, it's now over a decade, let me serve better. Because from those conversations I used to have with my staff, I observed something, that actually the things you think affect people at work because now I'm an employer, as an employer or as a team leader.
Yes.
They are not the ones in the textbook. So what you see in the textbook is just an aftermath
Yes.
of things that are deeper So those conversations I used to have with my colleagues and my staff, I realized their patterns, the problems for male are the same. They just change with age.
Yes.
Even the ones for girls are the same, or ladies, they change with age. So I realized I was like, but the same thing I discussed with a 40-year-old is the same thing I'll discuss with a 27-year-old male.
Just at different scales.
Yeah. And actually what you see at 40, I got to realize that it's something that should have been curbed
much earlier.
Yes. But what were people lacking? It was guidance. It was guidance on something. So it becomes a problem, then it grows, then it grows, then it starts affecting them, then it grows. So for you, what we see here at work, where you're seeing, this person is problematic, this person comes late, this person is mean to their team, this person is rude. But when you sit when I actually sat, because when I say you sit, I actually sat and I spoke. In all the different workplaces that I've mentioned, where I worked in those sectors, the person is not a drunkard, for example, because I've also handled staff that had drinking problems.
Yeah.
It's actually not a drunkard. It is a person longing for attention that was not given. The person you say is late. Now, that's an example of males. Because a person you say is late, this person, she comes there, she doesn't keep time. She's just a new mom who was just not guided on how to keep time, because now her schedule has changed, but she was just not made aware. You get it? Yes. So when I used to actually, sometimes people fight at work. Some can be physical, some can be silent. But when I used to sit to talk to them, you actually find there was an underlying problem that was just not solved, and it grew to something big, and it's now manifesting.
Almost out of control, yes. So, here's the thing. First, go back to the 10,000 hours. You had my attention on the 10,000 hours, because where I come from, what we stop at the 10,000 hours, making you the expert at what you do.
Yeah.
What we usually don't talk about is that now when you become an expert, you are no longer challenged. So you most times start to lose interest in this skill you have mastered. That's why you see that for some of us, after like 8-10 years in our work life, things tend to turn around and change either careers or direction of different things and so on. I thought that was interesting.
Yes. So when you make 10,000 hours, actually, we stopped there. It is just like how you made let's equate 10,000 hours to steps.
Yeah.
Just like how you made 10,000 hour steps.
Yeah.
Now you need to move to another level. You need to grow. If you don't grow, you stink. Like, you stink. Those are the people you find. They stay in organizations and they are bitter to young talent because they are faster, because they are new opportunity. They are doing their work faster because technology has changed.
Yeah.
You find, because when you hit the 10,000 hours, you'll be working faster because you're so experienced, so you take less time.
Yes.
So you stay there envying people, not wanting people to be promoted, because even you've reached at your peak. You've reached at the peak, whether in organizations or in business.
Does this 10,000 hours rule apply to some of our leaders? I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes.
You don't have to answer that question. This wrong timing for such a question.
No, it's the right timing for business leaders. We can relate it also to business leaders. Yes. Because remember, in organizations and in your workplace and everywhere that you're working, you grow, and there is a peak. There is a peak where you have to reach. And when you reach that peak, you have to get off. That is where organizations have boards. You go to advisory, you go to mentoring, you go to guidance, and then you mentor other younger people.
So let's talk about the psychology of HR.
Yes.
Why is it that you've heard of the phrase power corrupts, whether politics or political or business or whatever it is. What's the psychology in HR that now leads to power corrupting? Like someone was good, they grew up in the ranks, they reached a certain level, and they became a whole different thing altogether. What's the psychology behind that?
It's not psychology alone. There are other circumstances. When someone grows, because there is a tendency where if you're not keen, you as a person who is in charge of HR, meaning the HR manager and the CEOs who do the promotions, you have to be keen and understand what are the capabilities of this person. Because what normally is overlooked is when people are into leadership or into the promotional places, most of the time they have to have skills for delegation and supervision. But most of the time when promotions are being done, they are given to the person who works most. But the person who works most is very good technically, but they do not have skills.
Hold that thought. Just this morning, I was listening to a podcast, John Maxwell, Dave Ramsey, and two other guys, I forget their names, and they were talking about exactly that. Like many times we give promotions to someone who is excelling at what they do. And then promote them to, let's say, managerial level. And yet managerial level requires a totally different skill from what they have been excelling at.
Yes, it's true. Because remember, you're promoting someone who is expected to lead, right? But they're having technical skills. Then they start struggling. It affects both. It affects the person whom you've promoted and the people down. Remember? So the person is here struggling with a lot of work. Yet actually the technical skills, the work he's doing, is supposed to be done by his juniors, whom he has no skills to delegate, whom he doesn't know how to instruct. Or maybe I would say perfectionists, but not the other deep perfectionists. The perfection that they are too good at their job that they are perfect. So they even have a problem and they have to repeat all the reports they send to them.
Actually, what I heard is until they have replicated another person to take over fully what they've perfected, they shouldn't go to the next level.
Yes, they shouldn't go to the next level. That's why there's something they call succession planning. So when you're preparing someone for promotion, to make promotion right, you have to train them into the role. So training them into the role takes time. It takes observation because there is no procedure for promotion. It's not there. Most of the time it's gut feeling. Most of the time it's who knows how to talk to the boss well. Most of the time it's who is available at a certain time when we need this project. So to make it right or to make it simple for the person you're promoting and the people that they are leading is you need to take them into the role, which it takes a period of like maybe 2 years or what. And maybe organizations there, you have to have, or business owners actually, you have to have a succession plan, and that plan has to be communicated. So a succession plan looks like this guy is good. We have identified that he's actually very good. So let us start growing him into a leadership role for that role in that position that he is. How do we grow him into that? We take him for training. Yes, so that he knows how to learn to do presentations, so that he learns how to speak, so that he starts to understand leadership, so that he starts to understand delegation, so that he learns to understand how do I lead upwards, how do I lead. So, but those are the things that have to go on in a particular time, so that by the time this person is actually doing their job too well, they have already been exposed to trainings, they've been exposed to higher meeting levels, something like that. Yes. And then another thing is, there's something I used to do a lot, especially for salespeople. It's common. That thing you have said is common. in organizations that have salespeople.
Yeah.
Where salespersons performs very well,
Exactly.
but because they are
Exactly.
good and then they struggle because they're used to being in the field.
Yep.
And then leadership here, they are not earning direct commission, they are earning override.
And then they are demoralized.
They are demoralized, and then they are
like
start
like
stealing
like they
business.
get their kick out of closing a sale with a client and all that. Now you give them a team of fellow salespeople and they don't know how to deal.
And they have to do meetings. Yes.
I know.
So there's something you are also you train them, there's something they call transition into management, which is that. So transition into management, it's something you do, that's a succession planning. You train them so that they transition from being salespeople or from being technical people into
Team leads, yes, in management, so to say.
Yes. But that question you brought, we are still answering the question you talked about, the power. You said power?
Corrupts.
Yes. So someone who is there, they what would cause them to feel that way? Because they feel maybe I'm too good, I was too good, so now I'm looking at I'm not being felt. You're not recognizing me for the work that I'm doing because my performance now is looked at. How do I lead my team? So what will I do? I start bossing them around. I start using that bad authority because I failed on the other skill which I didn't get. So it's two-way, where someone is promoted when they're not ready.
Yeah.
And then some other thing is some leaders actually don't have, I don't want to say self-actualization, but they do not understand themselves too well. Yes. You know, there's something in personalities whereby some personalities are not great leaders. They perform best when they are under someone.
When they're being led.
Yes, when they are being led. Some perform best when they are working alone, not even in teams.
So the self-awareness to know what personality you have.
They're not self-aware.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not self-aware. So you know that this thing let me give an example. Because when you're a leader, the best thing for you to perform actually at work, you have to make sure that your team complements you. Complementing. Like if Kathy, I know I am not good at report writing, but I have my Solomon on my team who is very good at report writing. I have to empower Solomon to make sure that he writes for me the report. So if I know that I have to do research, maybe to present on something, and I know I have someone, maybe Tina, right? Tina is very good at conducting research. So I empower Tina to make sure that the research is going on and the report is being done.
Yes.
Because me, I'm good at presentation. When the report is done, me, I'll present.
Yes.
So that's how you have to complement each other.
Question, Kathy.
Yes.
Sorry to cut you short. Do you then, as an HR consultant or recruiter in that case, do you now sometimes find yourself having to enter an organization, speak to all these human resource, and then advise on who is good at what, or do you leave that to the employer?
It's through the employer.
It's through the employer.
Yeah, so through the employer, you have to let them know, and then you train their HRs so that they are made aware of that. Because if you do not do it, those conflicts show in teams. They'll show on in teams. Because if the person doesn't know how to delegate, now you're the team leader, you're supposed to do research, you're supposed to do a report, but you're not good at it. You're struggling and taking time, and your work is delaying. What will that mean?
So bad.
It will mean that your work is delaying, there are conflicts in the team, and then Solomon, because he's good at doing report, will be saying, why doesn't Kathy give me to do the report? Me, I know. But because you're the boss, they will not ask you, and they will also just sit. And then this frustrated leader will start saying, these people don't help me, they just sit. But they are the ones who didn't delegate.
Kathy, let's now take it a notch higher or lower. 70% of the Ugandan population is what, 17 years old, average, or what? They're young people. What does that statistic say about the future of HR in this country? What product do you have for those young people?
For me? I have a very good product where I do a training. It's called Elevate You, where I help those young people who are going to transition into work.
Yeah.
where I train them about, it's a 1 month program.
Yeah.
So I train them about what will you find at work, what characters will you find at work, which we have explained.
Yeah.
Yes. How will you manage your money when you're at work? Because for my conversations, most of the things actually that also affect professionals is lack of financial management, poor financial management. How will you manage your money? They have to understand. I teach them how to understand their personalities. I also teach them to help them align what you've studied and what you're studying. How do you align? How do I use my knowledge that I've studied to make money through my career? And which other personality, in my personality, which other jobs can I do? Because right now, jobs is not just about employment. People have skills. People can use all their crafts to make money. Yeah. So I also teach them that you don't have to just be employed. No, you can actually be employed and use your other skills that you have and talents to develop another source of income for yourself.
Oh.
Yes.
I can see you have them at heart already.
I do.
Question, Kathy.
Yes.
Your wealth of experience, spanning decades, what has been that one or some of those shocking human resource engagements that you've had, either with staff, junior, senior, employers or employees? Here we'll have to tell some stories.
I want to remember.
Most interesting or most shocking. You're like, what?
I'm trying to remember. So I will start with a positive one.
Depending on which side you're at. Go on.
It's a positive one. So I used to pray that because as a HR that I never have a staff die. So I never lost any staff. No. I didn't. I thank God for it. I never had to lose anyone. But the most interesting one I've ever handled, my staff fought at work.
No way.
Yes.
Did you say a positive one?
The positive one was I never lost a staff.
Okay, Fuchs. We thank God.
I never lost and I prayed.
Why though? Why was that your single prayer of God, please don't put me in a position where I have to deal with my staff passing away? Why? Why did you dread having to deal with that?
I dreaded it because I told you I used to create very deep relationships with my professional relationships with my staff and my colleagues. Yeah. So I knew each one of them and I remember most of them by name. So because I'd created that, I would not imagine like one day
losing any of them.
I have to be going to their burial. Like I just wanted to go for their weddings, for their graduations, which I did. Yes. So that was, oh God, I never wanted to imagine it.
I get it. Never. So these people fight.
They fight. Oh my God, those. I don't want to say the gender because
I was waiting. My viewers and listeners were waiting.
People might know, like. Okay, those girls fought. Do you know fighting like where I pull your blouse?
I was hoping it wasn't girls.
They were
I was
girls.
hoping it was guys.
No. Guys, I don't think guys would fight.
I cannot imagine what they were fighting over.
They were. By the way, that department, I don't think it was a male that they were fighting over. I'm trying to think about it. Maybe because there was one male in that department.
Okay, no. as the HR manager, you take responsibility for planting one male in a department full of females.
By the way, they were fighting for a very funny reason. I think they had their own. And they were young girls. Oh my God, the girls fought. So they told me, come and see these ladies. I first write a statement. I was like, maybe it was assault. Someone just attempted to push her. Yeah. Someone. When I watched the video,
it was a real.
My God, I was like, what am I going to do for these girls? They real fought properly.
So hold that thought. In your HR training, moves what? Do they teach you what to do when your staff fight?
Yes, they teach.
Okay, good.
It's called human behavior at work. Yes, they do. They teach you so how to handle. Of course, we had to take them to God, that case was funny. I reached a point I was like, but Kathy, why am I here?
Must I deal with this?
Oh my God, that case was so funny. Like, I sat with their supervisor and we were just literally laughing. We were like, can you imagine? They really fought properly. And I called one by one in my office, and everyone had their reason why for them they fought, please.
Yeah.
But of course, they had to face disciplinary issues, and it was fun enough that they were even interns. But of course, they had to follow. So it was an easy case that we didn't have. We had to stop their internship, which was just 2 weeks to end. It's like they had waited.
Yeah.
Yes, but it was.
Hold it right there. I feel like by the time staff get into a physical fight, this thing has been brewing for a while. And which now takes me to the part where everyone is dealing with something at some point.
Yeah.
How then do you advise whether signs are showing or they are not showing? How do you then advise leaders, business owners, or leaders in the corporate organizations to fix that before it descends into a physical fight? Do you then recommend, scheduled evaluations, seeing therapists and things like that, and also knowing that where we come from, this whole therapist thing is not our thing?
Yeah. It is.
How do you, because people carry whatever they are carrying to work.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
Speaking to that.
Yeah. So, what I would encourage is organizations and all workplaces, they have to develop a culture where you let people wind down. Because however much you say after work you go and have your fun, no. Let's take the realistic Ugandan.
Yes.
Most of them stay out of Kampala.
Yes.
So obviously they wake up at 5.
Yes.
Or 6. 6
2-3
is late.
hours on the road.
Yes. So there is occupational stress of commuting. So you commute in traffic to beat traffic, then you're working. Then if you're to leave work at 5, 7, maybe if they go out to the bar or meet their friends in the evening, they'll probably get home at 10. 9, beat traffic again, up to 10. So over the weekend, some may catch up, work, but those are just 2 days. And then also Sunday, which is just a few hours of the day. And then someone repeats the cycle for so many years.
Yes.
Meaning, since they spend most of the time at work, you need to present for them and very simple things where they have to wind down. In one of the organizations, I had staff who liked dancing. Okay, I also like dancing. I think that's why we used to play music on Friday in the evening. So you play music as people are working, and people dance. Actually, people used to dance, and I used to have some young boys. The boys would dance. And then I'm like, you guys, why are you over dancing? Like, do you think for us we go out?
This is it for us.
Buy for them some drinks, but you have to first identify what makes these people wind down. Because it is from those winding down, because what actually brings stress and depression and which most corporates and people who are working are fighting is bottled emotions that don't get out of the body.
Yes.
Yes. So if you're to provide that, not just at the end of the year, because sometimes organizations say it's at the end of the year. No,
staff party, Christmas party.
Even team buildings, yes, but it's just once. So if you're going to put it as a culture, it actually be... Now, when you create that environment for them, they get friends, they identify people who have similar needs than them, so they get close and maybe they talk. Because what is therapy? Do you know therapy is just talking?
Just talking and having a listening ear.
A listening ear, yes. Yeah. And then after having the listening ear, the person who is listening to you has to give you solutions. But can I tell you that, because I also coach, can I tell you that people actually have their answers?
They do.
You just have to organize it for them. But because the reason why they come to you is because their minds are so clogged that they don't have space to find those answers.
Yes.
Yes. So that's what workplaces have to create. They have to create those spaces. And then some can create you can have an in-house counselor, but most times, for my experience, it's tough we are going to the work counselor because they imagine they're their colleagues.
And then they're their colleagues, and they report to whoever deployed them and
not
whatever.
Really counselors. If they're qualified counselors, I don't think they would report. But that's the perception that people have. So they'll fear.
I'm not about to give out my business to my colleague.
Yes. So, but you have to create. So what you do, you can call in, because I also do coaching. I offer that service where you come in. You can offer like once a month. We are offering like there are theme months in the year. Like there is mental health month. So you offer those services that please come, or they come to the workplace, or
we have an external coming in to guys.
Or you send them to those offices of those people.
Okay.
So that they can release, because you will be shocked. I told I used to talk to staff. You would be shocked what they tell you.
The things that
they are so deep and they are so simple.
Yeah.
The simplicity comes from the fact that when you give them a solution, it's so simple, but chibera chirubaluddemu nnyo. Oh God, it has really taken long in their heads. So organizations have to create, don't prolong, but make them monthly, just like how you pay salaries every month.
I get it.
Create. Some organizations also have happy hour. You know happy hour?
Yeah.
Yes. So you can do happy hour at the end of the month. It doesn't have to be at work. It can be at a happening place.
At a designated happening place.
Near your workplace. Where, after work, people will just
walk.
Yes. And then there's something we used to do that was effective, but by then we're working in health, where we would do visits. Like you encourage staff to do a visit. Like we go this time, we are going to visit Solomon, but that one is not monthly.
Yeah.
But that one is something that develops later. When you do that, people create relationships, and when they create relationships with their colleagues, where they are able to open up on personal things, they get to that level. Because once you create an environment where they are able to talk to someone, so that they don't have to be drained.
Wow.
Because if you don't do it, Solomon, I'm taking you back to the other thing you were saying, that HR is a cost center. So the things that HR enables you to do is what helps you save costs. Now let's relate that. So because the HR department enabled you or guided you to create all those things we are talking about, you've reduced the people who get stressed. So you're going to reduce on your medical bills. And
also increase their productivity.
And increase their productivity, and they will give you your production and profit.
Wow.
But if you don't, it is going to affect you at the end.
So in the larger scheme of things, HR is actually a cost-saving department of any organization if done effectively.
Yes, if done.
So Kathy, I like to give my guests an opportunity to give their parting shot on this Business Chronicles show. What's on your heart? That one thing that you felt you wanted to share when I invited you for this podcast that we probably not talked about.
Okay. Thank you, Solomon. I love helping people, I told you, and I love to see them grow. So I have a program it's a 1-month program. It's called Elevate You. It's designed for the young adults and the professionals in the workplace to make them better, to help them get unstuck, because I've got a lot of feedback where professionals, they are stuck. They are performing well. They have reached that, they're almost sitting their 10,000th hour, but they don't know what to do. What's the next step? They feel they have done everything. But that program is help you to identify yourself, what is making you stuck, how do I identify that I'm now stuck, and then it gives you guidelines on how to rise again and find your flow at the next level that you're getting at. Either you're just getting into employment, or you're already into employment and you're ready to maybe go to another senior level. That's what the program helps you do. So the program is online. It runs for a month. We just finished the first cohort in August, so we are going to have another one in November. It's starting on 10th November to 30th November. Those will be 4 weeks, which is a month. Mondays and Tuesdays from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. after work so that you're able, it's flexible,
Yeah.
so that you're able to. And then during the week, you're given practical assignments. So this program is for your professional and personal growth. So you're given exercises during the week, but it's to your own development so that you're
Yes.
able to improve. And at the end of the program, I have a one-on-one coaching sessions to see that if after what you've learned is actually aligning, what you have taught you, it's aligning to your actual personal goals. Yes.
Wow.
So the program is 300,000.
Yes.
But we are running an early bird ticket for 250,000 for people who are going to pay before 5th November.
Yes.
Yes, and it's affordable.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Who do you have like a specific target, maybe age group of the people you're targeting for this program?
Anyone from 27 years.
Okay.
After 3 years into employment.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, I love it.
Yes.
Kathy, thank you so much for coming to visit Studio 84.
Thank you, Solomon, for having me.
Our viewers and listeners, my name is Solomon Tumesije, your host here today. I will drop the link for that special program that Kathy has up in the top right link, your top right corner. There should be a link popping up right now. If you click that, it should take you straight to the register for the training program. I'll drop Kathy's contacts in the description below. Reach out in case you have any questions or any, consulting or anything. Until the next episode of Business Chronicles, I'll catch you then.